the kings, the ghouls, the gods. The moon, the light, the fools, the facts.
My God, oh God, this is son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes, baby. I can never be controlled. Let them know. 500 helicopters driving me gunso, but they want you just to envy. Let them see it. I'm the first to say it, now it's time you just believe it. I got too many fakes, made lots of foes. These people cold. Talk down your dreams because they know they can't come close. Don't shake no hands, they'll steal your friends. I walk alone. I see both sides of other siders. You need to grow. I be rushing mine, but I ain't like the others no more. God, I'm learning lessons as I go. You're only wasting time. Tell the devil there's a door. Praying God is only trying to test me for the glory. My God, oh God, this is son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes better.
Come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Gets a trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway from the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. Slot man moves right. And the slot man goes in motion left. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that's how you start a drive, because they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Tucker's kick is good. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Now Evans in motion left. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Harris going to get it again on second down.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say we should have done better there.
So a couple of field goals now, 6-0 our score as the kick's away. From the 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here, a long way to go.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Gain on the play. And the Chargers, 1st down. 50. Hey, you block over here. 1st and 10.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
13 yards on the play.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
To try again after the sack. Herbert. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Harris running straight ahead. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your rush.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Damian Harris taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13.
Chargers, nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Chargers
On play action, Rodgers. That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Here's Rodgers. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Steelers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Steelers 20, Chargers nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need... And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. On second down, here's Herbert. This is caught by Evans. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 19-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
So if we've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brendan, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Taken from about the 12. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Hey, take 26!
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Tim Patrick. A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 8.
Rodgers now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
The ball carrier. He's brought down at the 42-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Second and 9. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Chargers, nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
From the 39, Rodgers. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
It's a gain of 8. And the Chargers first down. First and 10.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a first and 10.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. AFC Championship tilt, third quarter of play. This is second and 10.
26. Hey, 88, 88, 88.
To throw is Rodgers. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Being chased, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Hey, 26.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hey, 26. Get 300. Get 300.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of hype?
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside to 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The slot man in motion right. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Herbert. He'll let this go end zone for Green. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First down 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. The Chargers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2.
26.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Chargers first down.
50.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back more. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Yeah, this.
Rodgers now on first down. And now here is another interception. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Swings this out for Hunt. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Isaiah Simmons in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. It's Eckler again. Room here to run. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 16-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Rodgers. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Come on. Hey! Head the street! Head the street!
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 72 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Big run here in the 4th as they continue to wear down this defense.
And that's when the offensive line coach clicks onto the headset and says, head coach, offense coordinator, let my guys fire out and hit people. We're wearing them down. Let's finish them off with the running game.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
smash, check smash.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And this is where the mental part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
Go, Reed, go.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling it. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made.
And this is intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just past the 35. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, 65 yards. And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Elliott good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Oh, the Chargers are pointing, and they've got it. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
The Charger drive about to get going. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
Hey, check 26. Back more. Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers going to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And the Steelers are going to have it here just past the 25.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. Well, the Lombardi Trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American Football League, which became, of course, in most part, the American Football Conference. And he's the one who gave us the name Super Bowl.
I'm really out for blood this time, look.